Alright, so today I'm going to discuss the life cycle of Plasmodium. First, I would like to go over some of the background information. So the Plasmodium causes malaria. These symptoms include fever, headache, muscle aches, vomiting, diarrhea, and they can also cause anemia and jaundice because of the loss of the red blood cells. So basically you're having fever and flu-like symptoms. So before we get into the chart, the intermediate host would be the human, which is going to be all in the yellow. And then the definitive host is the side with the blue. It is the mosquito. And I would also like to point out that the yellow is the asexual reproduction stages, whereas the blue is the sexual reproduction stages. So last topic before we start the chart, how does the parasite cause the signs and symptoms? So once the parasite enters your body, it travels to your liver. Some types can lie dormant for as long as a year. And when the parasites mature, they leave the liver and then they infect the red blood cells. So once it leaves the liver and infects the red blood cells, that's when usually the symptoms would occur. All right, so starting with the human intermediate host side, first the infected mosquito bites the human. Sporozoites migrate through the bloodstream into the human liver. Sporozoites. So the sporozoites undergo the schizenine in the liver, and the merozoites are produced. So if you look closely at the picture I have drawn, if I can get it to focus. So the sporozoites are right here in the small blue section over here, and the merozoites are right here with close to the red blood cells you can see that I have drawn. And this overall right here is the human liver. So next is step 3, the merozoites released in the bloodstream from the liver. So they're released from the liver, and then they may infect new red blood cells. So that is this process right here, where you see that this is the bloodstream with the red blood cells, and the merozoites are infecting them. So the merozoite develops into a ring stage in the red blood cell. So once they go into the red blood cell, here you'll see that they're going to go through their own cycle. So the ring stage grows, so you see it growing here, and then it divides. If you look closely, let me focus it, you can see that it's dividing, and there's dividing into more parts rather. So then we're going to go to step 6. The merozoites are released when the red blood cell ruptures. So some of them infect the new red blood cells, and some develop into male and female gametocytes. So let's focus this again. So you're seeing here that eventually the cell ruptures and the merozoites are outside of the cell bursting. Then those cells, as it says down here, develop into gametocytes, the male and the female. So the male here kind of looks like a wind turbine, and the female is just a circle. So now we're getting into the sexual reproduction portion that involves the mosquito. So step 7, another mosquito bites the infected human and ingests the gametocytes. So what happens is they bite and they ingest these. So once they are ingested, the mosquito's digestive tract unite all of the gametocytes into a zygote. So they're ingested, they're uniting them, as you can see here. Let me focus this again. You have the male gametocyte, that little leg sticking off of the circular female gametocyte. Kind of looks like the leg here, to remember that's the male. So once they are in the mosquito's digestive tract, they come together and form a zygote, which is right here. And that results in sporozoites migrating to the salivary glands of the mosquito. So the sporozoites right here are migrated into the salivary glands of the mosquito, meaning it can bite someone else and spread the Plasmodium, causing malaria to another human. All right, so that is the cycle that we have made, going over the asexual production with the human as the intermediate host, and then the sexual reproduction as the mosquito as the definitive host. Thank you.